Let me show you how you can play I'll Never Love Again, a beautiful song sang by Lady Gaga. If you looked at my version on my channel, I play a slightly different version, which I will show you a bit later. It's a bit more complicated and is done using a fingerstyle pattern instead of a pick. But what I first want to do is just to show you an easy way to play I'll Never Love Again. The first thing you'll need to do is just adjust the capo, according to your voice. So just find a better position where you're able to sing the song. The original is done on the 5th, the capo is on the 5th fret. In order to be able to sing it, I have to put it further up on the 7th. So just find out what works best for you. So going over the shape in this song, the first, you just need 4 main shapes. So it's quite an easy song in many ways to play. And the first one is a D suspended chord, which is your traditional D chord, but where you just leave the bottom string open. So you get this, and you will see the shape on the screen. The second shape is a B minor 11, I think, and it's the same shape, but you just add the B on top with your index finger. So you get this. The third chord we use is similar to the traditional G chord, but again, you just lift your ring finger, leave the bottom string open, and put your ring finger on the second chord instead. So you're playing a D note. So you get this. And finally, the fourth chord is kind of, it's an A7 suspended. And so it's like an A7 would be this. You just put your ring finger, you just leave it basically on the D note. So you get this sound. So if you use a pick, there's just you just gently keep on strumming the strings the same way, just like this. And then using these 4 shapes, you can just start singing your song. I wish I could have said goodbye, would have said what I wanted to, maybe even cried for you. So as you can see, your ring finger is almost holding the same position all the times. When you get into the chorus, is again sang over the same pattern, but you raise your voice a tone higher. And this is the tricky part, of course, so that's where you will have to find with the capo, the best position in order for you to be able to do that. So then the song continues in the same way, and the only difference is after the second chorus, we go into the bridge. And in the bridge, you just use a few different chords, but they're not too difficult. This is just a B minor, just a normal B minor chord. The next one is your D suspended that we had at the beginning, so there's no change there. And then the fourth one is just a C string. And then we're back to a G string. And if I go from the chorus into the bridge, I'll show you how it works. So let's see. Oh, I'll never love, I don't wanna know this feeling unless it's you and me. I don't wanna waste a moment. Ooh. And then you do it again. I don't wanna give somebody else a better part of me. I would rather wait for you. And then we go back into the same pattern, of the chorus again. And then that's the end of the song. Next, let me quickly show you how I actually play the song that you can see on my channel. So the way I play it is using fingerstyle, and I use a thumb pick, so I don't use the pick anymore. And what I also do is I use a D drop tuning, which means that you just simply lower the top string, the E string, into a D. So with a capo 7th fret, that's what I have. The reason I do that is because I like, you know, it's a song that starts with a D string, and I like the open sound that I can get when I start singing the chorus, which starts like this. So it's kind of a beautiful sound, and I think it heads to the song. And so let me just briefly show you the differences. So it starts really the same way. The only difference being that I pick instead of, you know, I use my fingers instead of the pick. So I just start like this. Very similar chords, but then because I have the drop D string on the top, I cannot play the G string this way. So I have to slide in here. So it goes like that. I wish I could have said goodbye. Would have said what I wanted to, maybe even cried for you. When I get to the chorus, that's where I use, you know, this open string, and then I start introducing as well a different note into the chord. So I just put I just do a normal D string, D chord, sorry, in this instance. And the same goes to when I go to this. So I kind of introduce the same pattern that is performed in the song originally with the piano. So I would do that. Don't wanna feel another touch, I don't wanna start. And here I do this one, which is a kind of, it helps the transition. I don't wanna start another fire at the bottom there. Don't want no another kiss. I had the bottom there. No other name falling off my lips. Same. So that's the only difference between the two versions. So this is a little bit more complicated as it introduces many more notes. And of course, being finger picked, you know, it's something that you have to be familiar with. The bridge is the same, so there is no changes in there. Again, the only difference being that when I come to the G string, I have again to do this shape instead of the traditional G. And so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions, you know, do write me a comment, and I'll be happy to answer and explain something that I might have missed here.